This video was inspired by one of your comments about being naturally beautiful but not getting the pretty privilege. And if you feel like you are someone that is beautiful, or you feel like maybe you're not conventionally beautiful and you never get any sort of privilege for how you look, then this video is specifically for you, because by the end of this video, you're going to have a new perspective about pretty privilege and how to tap into the benefits that come with having that halo effect. Pretty privilege is a state of mind. This video is going to be very detailed, so without further ado, let's jump right in. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. This is Tinuola. If you're just seeing this hot chocolate for the first time, hey, you're welcome. Right here I share valuable content, so if you like the vibe, consider subscribing down below. Alright, so I told a white lie at the beginning of this video. Just a few seconds ago, I said anyone can achieve pretty privilege, but that is not exactly true. You know what? There is a missing piece for a lot of people. Yes, and that is why you can be naturally beautiful, but you don't feel like you get the opportunities. You don't feel like you can get your way around things. You don't feel like you really tap into the opportunities that come with pretty privilege. And that is because you don't even have to be naturally beautiful to receive pretty privilege. That is because pretty privilege is a mindset. Because the way you see yourself, what you think of yourself, how you view yourself, the content of your heart, all of that is not what people exactly see on the outside. What people see on the outside is how you present yourself. Pretty privilege is not something that will just be handed down to you like, okay, you deserve it. In the world we live in, it's a very competitive world, and especially as Black women, it's a lot of pressure on us. And this video, I know, is specifically for Black women, but I believe that every other person can benefit from this video because it's very similar principles. When it comes to pretty privilege, it's something you need to be intentional about. It takes effort. You have to become that person to receive this privilege. And just because you think you deserve it, it doesn't mean that they will hand it down to you. Maximizing your pretty privilege is all about attraction. Attracting the people, the preferential treatment, and the kind of life you truly desire. And when I say attraction, I don't just mean romantic attraction. Attracting the life you want involves, yes, both romantic and non-romantic relationships, work-related opportunities, random acts of kindness in your day-to-day life, and attracting what you perceive as your higher self, as the life you want. But how do you become that point of attraction for all these things that you truly desire? Well, the simple answer is your entire package. And please remember that you're constantly attracting things, either you like it or not. As a woman, we are constantly attracting things. But the question is, are you attracting the kind of people and the kind of things that you actually desire? Or are you attracting the opposites? When I say your entire package, I mean the energy on the inside matching what is on the outside. You can't afford to feel entitled to preferential treatments because the world doesn't really care about that. The world doesn't exactly care about the goodness in your heart. It's all about how you show up, how you put yourself out there. Remember that opportunities come in form of people. And if you want to be at an advantage in life, you need to stack up your strengths. You need to put in effort in how you show up, because that is the best way for you to maximize your chances at getting this preferential treatment, at getting these opportunities, these favors. You don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage by putting in very little or no effort. Try not to focus on the exceptions. Yes, there are going to be people who with little or no effort, they just fit right into the conventional pretty standard and they're super attractive. But that's not really where most people fall into, you know what I mean? Especially as Black women, considering a lot of pressure that we put ourselves on and that the society puts us on, it's always best for you to stack up your advantage. Tapping into your pretty privilege isn't only focused on your external appearance, and certainly you don't have to sexualize yourself in order to be considered pretty, which is what a lot of women these days do based on how they show up, starting with their outfit, their choice of makeup, even like their choice of aesthetic. very, very long nails, very full, flashy eyelashes that isn't that flattering. But you know, there's a lot of things that we think we are doing to make ourselves more pretty, to be at an advantage in terms of being attractive, but they're actually decreasing our level of attraction. Learning to self-accept, learning to understand your natural features and creating your own standard of beauty instead of trying to fit into other standards of beauty is gonna go a long way. Learning to use your natural beauty and enhance them to favor you is gonna go a long way, because remember, in the world where everyone is trying to look the same, you standing out as your own type of beauty will make you unique, and unique is always beautiful. Unique is always attractive, but unique is also daunting. Unique also takes guts, and that is where I want to emphasize this. Please stop sending the wrong signals to the universe, because the universe, the world algorithm, is taking note of all the energies that you are sending out. If you're constantly sending a mixed signal of today trying to self-sabotage and tomorrow seeking attention and next tomorrow you don't want the attention, you are sending a wrong signal. An example of that is if you feel like you're naturally beautiful and you always feel like eyes are always on you, you don't want the attention, your natural hair looks beautiful but you don't want the attention, everything about you, you're always trying not to get the attention, then you're sending the wrong signal to the universe if you want to stay that way and still expect to tap into pretty privilege. Because the thing is, we need a healthy dose of attention. The attention brings the people bring the opportunities, and you need to get comfortable with being seen. That is also a pain point for some pretty girls that just don't like the attention. But when you continuously show up in a way to sabotage yourself, you are taking out of your advantage, you're taking out of your chances to being seen, to being called when the opportunities show up. One of the mistakes that a lot of women are making is trying to be perceived as something else instead of being perceived as beautiful. I don't want to confuse you, but what I'm trying to say is some women want to be perceived as intellectual, want to be perceived as competent. So they think focusing on their appearance, or enhancing their appearance, or presenting themselves in the best light, or working on their presentation is going to take away from how people see them. It's going to make people see them more superficial, more like, okay, she's just pretty, and not focus on their brains. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? I don't want to confuse you, but I think that's a mistake. That's not a good way to look at it. A good way to look at it is you already have an unfair advantage. You're already a woman, and every woman is attractive. I know that sounds cliche, but that is true. Every woman is attractive, and it's very easy for women to tap into their feminine self. Yes, I know we work in a masculine world, and it can be difficult, especially when you have to be the boss chick, you have to be the boss babe, you have to figure out life yourself and be super independent. But at the end of the day, every woman can easily tap into their feminine self compared to like men. I had a one-on-one session recently, and a woman was talking about how she felt uncomfortable putting herself out there because she doesn't feel like she's beautiful enough. And it always surprises me, because even men have learned to tap into the feminine beauty. How much more you that have it naturally? You have these features naturally. Pretty privilege is literally a mindset. And have you ever noticed that, whenever you dress nice, or whenever you look nice, or you just do your hair nicer, or you put in a little bit of effort when you show up, have you ever noticed people being nicer to you? People, strangers just wanting to wait their turn and like let you go first, or wanting to like pay your bills, or telling you something nice, on the way, or opening the doors for you. Like, you just get those random acts of kindness, and that is an evidence that you are receiving pretty privilege, getting those preferential treatment. I know those things happen for me when I present myself with a positive attitude and when I look my best. And when I say presenting yourself as a package, this has to do with your mannerism, this has to do with your charisma, this has to do with obviously your aesthetic, your physical style and look. And you don't have to always try to hit the goal of being the most beautiful in the room. I don't think you need to put yourself on that sort of pressure where you feel like you always have to look your best, because obviously there are going to be days where you just need to quickly go to the store to get something, and you might have your hair in like a ponytail and with a face cap on with no makeup and stuff like that. Like, it's okay to look basic, but you always want to look neat. Your character is also very important. Everything is not about your physical look. How you make people feel is what they are going to to remember even more than how you appeared, your physical presentation. So having a respectful mannerism goes a long way. Respect these days is expensive. Like I said, you want to stack up your advantage. You want to come as a complete package. And you don't have to be overly nice or sensual when you're talking to people because you're trying to gain pretty privilege. It doesn't have to be that weird. And I know that you're a work in progress. We all are. And, these things are going to take practice. How you want to be showing up every day is going to take practice for you to master, tapping into your higher self. But one thing you want to keep in mind is how the people that inspire you and how much effect they have on you. Think about the people that inspire you. Think about the people that leave those lasting impressions on you. Some people they've mastered how to really show up and maximize their pretty privilege in such a way that you just find them really attractive. You can't picture out what exactly it is about them that you find attractive, but you just know that they are just very enticing and attractive to you. And I'm not even talking about opposite sex. I'm talking about even other women like you. And you're also going to get to that point of seamlessly showing up and seamlessly, being that attractive person. But you need to start from somewhere. You need to start from this state of self-acceptance, understanding where you are at, understanding your features, not sitting in judgment against your features and why your nose is big or why your eyes are big or why your lips are big. Like, that is not going to help you. If you don't love yourself, it's going to give off that energy and people are going to tell. You don't expect people to love you if you don't love yourself. These things are very important because it's all about your charisma, especially as women nowadays. Like, you have so many accessories, so many things to beautify yourself even more. And if you know how to use your features, your natural features, if you know how to enhance them and how to show some of them and how to show less of the others that you don't really like or you're not so comfortable with based off of how you dress and your makeup and your style, all of that, it's gonna help you come off as seamlessly beautiful, seamlessly attractive. It doesn't feel like it's forceful. It doesn't feel like you're hiding anything. You feel free, you feel bold, you feel confident. So you need to put your best foot forward, because if you don't put in the effort, if you don't care, newsflash, others won't. And if you're okay doing the barest minimum every single time and you're okay with not getting the attention, you're okay with sabotaging yourself when you get compliments, instead of you to say thank you or say something else that is going to put you on a positive light, you are there condemning yourself and being like, oh, okay. So for example, someone tells you, oh, I love your outfit. It looks so good on you. I love your style. And you're like, oh, really? Oh my God. Thank you. I didn't even know that, I just got it from a thrift store yesterday, so I wasn't even sure it was gonna look nice. Nobody asked you for that information, you know what I mean? Like, some people will not judge you because you got something from a thrift store. I won't, but some people will, and you don't need to give them that information if they didn't ask for it. So you need to learn to say thank you and move it, keep it moving without sabotaging yourself. There are different ways in which we sabotage ourselves, and I can go on and on and on different examples, but that would take too long. So putting your best foot forward means that you are playing to your strength and you are stacking up your advantage. And if you choose not to do that, then don't get mad at those that are putting in the effort. Don't get mad at them if they are getting the attention, because they are putting in the work. And if you're not sure where to start from, think about some of the things you've gotten compliments for. Like, people could tell you, oh, I really love your eyeballs. They're so sexy because you have huge eyeballs. And trust me, huge eyeballs look so pretty. It could be that you're very tall. So this video is not to put pressure on you. I'm not saying you always have to aim to be the center of attention in any room. The goal is not to aim to be the most attractive person on earth, because that is a very unrealistic goal. No matter how beautiful you are, in a room filled with 5 people, 10 people, there's always going to be one person that is more beautiful than you are, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder and we all have different standards. It's not a competition, and that is why I said you need to own your own beauty. But when you make effort into presenting yourself in the best light, that will instantly boost your confidence. Think about the people that you get envious of or jealous of, even if it's for a tiny little bit. There's something about them that you like, or you wish you had, or you have, or you wish you had. So the best thing is to channel that energy into how you show up. So for example, if you find another lady intimidating, maybe you like the way she talks, you think she's very confident, or you like her style, the way she carries herself, that is an example that you need to learn from her. And you don't have to directly learn from her, but there is that one thing that you can pick from her that you can go and learn more about, because it's a sign that you desire that thing. And keep in mind, we want to be setting realistic expectations here, because you can't exactly change every part of you. You can't control everything. And that is why I said you need to really start from a point of self-acceptance. So if you have a pretty face and your character stinks, that is you putting yourself at a disadvantage. If you're snobbish, for example, you're very snobbish, you are rude, or you're very condescending, people are going to remember how you made them feel, and they are not going to call your name when those opportunities rise. They would not want to work with you. They would not want to have new relationships with you, because even though you look good physically, your character is absolutely disgusting. Learn to portray humility and friendliness without sabotaging yourself, without constantly putting yourself down or degrading yourself in front of people. Part of stacking up your advantage is learning something that you can hold a conversation in. So for example, if you feel like you don't have much interest, you don't have a wide range of knowledge about things, you're just, you're boring. No, you can't just be boring. Everybody has something to say, and you need to really explore things that lighten you up so that you can hold conversations about those things. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about trends. It could be in a field, let's say in automobile industry. Like there's something about automobile industry you find really interesting, and you can hold a conversation at that. That's going to make you interesting. That is what people are going to remember. It's very attractive for us as women, Black women, to have some sort of knowledge in an area that we can hold a conversation about, having a sense of humor, not taking yourself too seriously. All those things are going to make you an attractive and interesting person when it comes to you meeting other people, having conversations. That's going to leave a lasting impression. Those are the ways in which you can actually tap into pretty privilege. Keeping yourself open to receiving compliments, not being so timid or closed up, in a group with other people. Once again, don't play yourself small. And if you've noticed in this video, I've mostly been focusing on your inward energy, your character, your charisma, your reaction to things, the things you say, how you react in instances around you. It's very important, because that is what is going to boost what is on the outside. Anyone can, match up some aesthetic and look good on the outside, but really what's going to keep you on the table, what's going to keep you in the room is your character and the impression you leave on people. And that is why it's so important that the looks match with the energy coming from within. That is how you stack up your advantage at really tapping into pretty privilege. So when it comes to physical appearance as a Black woman and how to really enhance our natural beauty, because I am very pro enhancing your natural beauty. If you would like a video on that, please let me know down below, comment, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and also share with a friend. So if you would like to see such a video, like your outfit, your makeup, your hair, how to really stack up your physical look as a Black woman, let me know, especially with your natural hair. Let me know in the comment box, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Check out this video on pretty privilege, and in the meantime, keep shining. Bye.